Welcome to the Official Personality Guru. INFJs are sensitive, compassionate people who care about other people's feelings and want to make this world a better place. But they are also deep thinkers with a clear sense of logic and often a love of science. This combination of artistic vision and fact-based reasoning can make INFJs appear to have two distinct personalities and can confuse even INFJs themselves, especially when it comes to making career choices. But if you're an INFJ in Myers-Briggs Type Ping, you don't have to choose one or the other. You can embrace both sides of your unique nature. Read on to find out why INFJs are both thinkers and feelers, and what you can do to satisfy these dual and often competing sides of your personality. Introverted thinking is the INFJ's tertiary function. People with introverted thinking want the world to make sense in a logical way. This focus on logical thinking and facts creates an interest in understanding why things happen, rather than how they happen or how things work, which can lead to the study of science, math, technology, and research. For INFJs, this thinking function means that they are analytical, able to see a problem from different angles, consider the consequences, and think of concepts in depth. Because their thinking side is also introverted, like their dominant function, they enjoy thinking. The INFJ's desire for facts, logic, truth, and making sense of things can draw them into the world of science. But it's important to remember that introverted thinking is a tertiary function and doesn't hold as much strength as their primary function, which will always pull them back into concern about the effects of information on people. Today, let's talk about the INFJ logic and how INFJ thinking function displays itself. While some personality types favor their thinking functions, for others they will be displayed in unexpected ways. Each person possesses the thinking functions, they just use them in different placements in their function stacks, which will cause them to exhibit differently. It is important to dive deeper into each type and understand how they use these thinking functions to understand them better. Some people can peg certain types as solely feeling, simply because they don't understand how they utilize logic and reason in their lives. Making these assumptions can cause us to misunderstand people, and they miss out on the unique behaviors connected to their personality type. When it comes to logical thinking, the INFJ is often pegged or more focused on emotions. But this is a misconception. While INFJs might not use their thinking function high up in their function stack, it is still an important part of who they are and how they respond to the world. The INFJ uses introverted thinking as its tertiary or third function, and so it often displays itself in unexpected ways. This is why understanding how the INFJ responds to logic and uses all of its functions is truly important in understanding them. They can often be viewed as contradictions, and the way they think and use logic is often just another part of this. INFJ and introverted thinking. What many people don't realize about INFJ is that they are often very focused on logic and internal thinking. More than most feeling personality types, when INFJ is around other people, they do focus on tending to their needs and their emotions, since they are so naturally in touch with the feelings of others. Being that the INFJ spends time focusing on caring for others, causes people to see them as only emotionally based people when this isn't true to who they are inside. INFJs care about others, but the way they behave when they are alone is often much different than how they are around other people. This is part of what makes the INFJ so difficult for people to fully understand, since they behave differently around others than they do when they are by themselves or around someone they completely trust. INFJs might care about the emotions of others, but they are one of the least emotional feeling types. The INFJ uses critical thinking skills to make most of its decisions, especially when those choices won't affect anyone else. INFJs use their introverted thinking and connecting to their introverted intuition, which can sometimes create a loop, and this is often what causes the INFJ to go into their little world For long periods, their dominant function is their introverted intuition, which is how the INFJ absorbs and understands the world around them. This intuition is what guides their choices and helps the INFJ come to useful conclusions about future outcomes. While this intuition is a big part of them, it also works quite a bit and is connected to their introverted thinking function. The INFJ analyzes information and ideas for long periods and enjoys absorbing information and facts. INFJs spend a lot of time researching and reading about new ideas, and this is what makes them very intellectual people. Many people don't realize just how much the INFJ craves knowledge and information, and why they enjoy spending so much time alone, often reading and researching different things. INFJs aren't all that connected to their own inner emotions. Instead, they spend more time focusing on their inner minds and all of the information and ideas floating around there. How it is displayed. The INFJ's introverted thinking is often more displayed in school or work settings, where they can express their knowledge base clearly. These settings are meant to focus more on information and facts, rather than the emotions of others. When the pressure is off the INFJ to tend to the needs of others, their introverted thinking skills can come into play in much more obvious ways. They might enjoy debating the information and expressing just how knowledgeable they are about something. The INFJ also tends to do very well in school and in work settings, which allows them to showcase their knowledge, and this is often an obvious way in which their thinking function expresses itself. The INFJ can be rather factual and enjoys using logic as a means of making decisions. The INFJ just doesn't do this because they favor the needs of others over their desires and wants in life. INFJs are capable of using a sense of logic, and they do enjoy utilizing their introverted thinking function alongside their strong introverted intuition. Thinking weaknesses. While INFJs might utilize introverted thinking in many ways, they still favor intuition as well as tending to the needs of others. When the INFJ tries to use logic more dominantly, they find themselves experiencing guilt over this. They care about their loved ones and want to make them happy. And this is often the most important thing for the INFJ. The battle between the heart and the head becomes a real struggle for the INFJ, especially when they feel a sense of guilt from the people closest to them. While they might want to use their minds and sense of logic to make choices, the INFJ is driven by a desire to care for others. This feeling of wanting to end the pain of those around them is something that often dominates their decision-making, even when they don't entirely want it to. INFJs might be logical-minded people, but this doesn't always come to the forefront in ways that people recognize or understand. That is it from us. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give us a like or share it with your friends. Also, if you have any comments or suggestions, make sure to scribble them in the comment box below. Subscribe to the Official Personality Guru for more amazing videos. Don't forget to ring the bell icon to stay updated with our content. See you in the next video.